the most painful truths in Africa history is that external control has often been made possible by internal division. History teaches us that strong and united societies are difficult to dominate, but divided societies often weaken themselves from within. When people become fragmented by tribe, ethnicity, politics, religion, or personal interest, they unintentionally create opportunities for others to shape their future. This is not merely an African problem, it is a pattern repeated throughout human history. Yet, Africa's story reminds us that internal disintegration can become more destructive than external opposition. When trust is replaced by suspicion, when competition replaces collaboration, and when loyalty to one group becomes stronger than commitment to the common good, progress becomes difficult. Nations rise when their people learn to build together. Nations struggle when their people spend more energy fighting one another instead of solving problems before them. The lesson is clear. No society can achieve lasting external strength while suffering from deep internal fragmentation. The uncomfortable truth is that many of the barriers limiting Africa today are no longer primarily external. Many are internal. We have inherited patterns, of the thinking that sometimes cause us to fight one another while protecting the very systems that limit our progress. We become passionate about defending tribes, political parties, ethnic identities, and personal interests while neglecting the larger mission of building strong nations and strong institutions. In many African countries, tribal identity is often stronger than national identity. Instead of asking what is best for the nation, people often ask what is best for their tribe, region, political group, denomination, or personal network. The result is fragmentation. Trust weakens. Collaboration slows. National vision becomes difficult. Institutions become vulnerable. Development becomes inconsistent. Nigeria offers a powerful example. Nigeria is one of the most gifted nations on earth. It possesses extraordinary human talent, natural resources, entrepreneurial energy, cultural influence, and global reach. Yet, one of its challenges that we experience today is that most people don't see themselves as Nigerians. The challenge is not diversity itself. Diversity is a strength. The challenge occurs when diversity becomes division, when tribal loyalty becomes stronger than national loyalty, when development becomes something that individual focuses on instead of a collective work. South Africa presents another important lesson. The end of apartheid represented one of its greatest political victories in modern history. Political freedom was achieved, but political freedom alone could not automatically create economic integration, society trust, national unity, or shared prosperity. More than 30 years ago, South Africa still wrestles with tensions across inequality, unemployment, opportunity, identity, and social cohesion. At times, frustration over economic challenges has contributed to outbreaks of violence directed at immigrants and other Africans living in South Africa. Public report and research, have documented periodic waves of xenophobic attacks targeting people from countries like Zimbabwe, Nigeria, Mozambique, Somalia, and others. This incident reveals something deeper than immigration challenges. They reveal the danger of internal frustration being redirected towards neighboring African instead of being transformed into collective solutions. The issue is not South Africa alone. The issue is what happens when people begin to see fellow Africans as competitors or threats rather than working together as partners to build a future. This is where one of the most important leadership principles for Africa emerges. We should not expect external integration of opportunities and capabilities without internal integration of trust, alignment, and purpose. The principle applies everywhere. A family cannot expect external success while suffering constant internal conflict. A business cannot expect sustainable growth when departments, teams, compete against each other. A church cannot expect influence, if internally things are not working together. So, for us to experience global partnership and international confidence, we have to build internally. External integration follows internal integration. Opportunities follow trust. Investment follows confidence. Partnerships follow stability. Influence follows value. Respect follows competence. This is why Africa's future depends not only on policy reform, economic reform, or political reform. It also depends on mindset reform. The continent must learn how to think institutionally instead of tribally, collaboratively instead of destructively, and generationally instead of emotionally. We must learn how to disagree without becoming enemies. We must learn how to compete without becoming divided. We must learn how to preserve our diversity while aligning around a shared vision. The day Africa begins to master internal integration, the continent will unlock extraordinary possibilities. Investment will increase, innovation will increase, partnership will increase, trust will increase, influence will increase, of course, respect will increase. Not because they were demanded, but because they were earned through competence, alignment, unity, and value creation. The future of Africa will not be determined primarily by what happens outside Africa. It will be determined by whether Africans can overcome the internal barriers that continue to limit collective progress. The greatest transformation Africa needs may not be political. It may be mental, it may be cultural, it may be leadership transformation that teaches us to see ourselves not merely as members of tribes, regions, denominations, or political groups, but as builders of nations, stewards of institutions, and custodians of future generations. This is precisely why I developed the Scalable Leadership Framework. After years of studying leadership across organizations, communities, ministries, businesses, and institutions, I discovered that sustainable transformation is never accidental. Nations do not become great because they have resources. Organizations do not become influential because they have talented people. Communities do not become prosperous because they have good intentions. Transformation occurs when leadership capacity grows faster than complexity. The Scalable Leadership Framework provides a practical roadmap for developing leaders who think beyond themselves, align people around a shared vision, build systems that outlive personalities, strengthen institutions, and create sustainable value across generations. Whether we are talking about families, communities, businesses, church communities, governments, or entire nations, the challenge is ultimately the same. Leadership must scale before transformation can scale. If Africa is serious about unlocking its full potential, we must move beyond title based leadership and embrace scalable leadership that develops people, strengthens institutions, builds trust, and creates lasting impact. I invite you to read more about the Scalable Leadership Framework in my Forbes article linked in the description below. As you read it, ask yourself a simple but powerful question. Are we building leaders for the next election, the next promotion, and the next opportunity? Or are we building leaders capable of transforming the next generation? Africa has a beautiful future. Let's build it together. God bless you.